Every morning, alarms ring across the world. Millions of people rush out of bed, grab a quick breakfast, and hurry into traffic just to sit in offices under fluorescent lights. They spend 8, sometimes 10 hours building someone else's dream. By evening, they return home exhausted, only to repeat the cycle the next day. Weekends become sacred, not because they are joyful, but because they are the only escape from the grind. And yet, deep down, many whisper the same haunting question: is this really all there is to life? This is the silent cry of the 9-to-5 grind, the routine that traps people in survival mode while stealing the very essence of freedom. But here is the truth. Escaping the grind is not just for the lucky or the privileged few. It is a choice, a strategy, and a path available to anyone bold enough to embrace it. Freedom is not a fantasy. It is real, and it belongs to those who are willing to think differently and act with courage. The illusion of safety is one of the strongest chains keeping people stuck. A steady paycheck feels comforting. Titles and promotions give the sense of stability. But jobs are not as safe as they appear. Companies downsize, industries collapse, automation replaces roles, and one economic crisis can erase years of loyalty. The pandemic alone showed the fragility of traditional employment, where millions lost jobs overnight. True safety is not in a paycheck. It's in your ability to create value, adapt, and build streams of income that cannot be taken away by a single decision from your boss. Real security is in your skills, your creativity, and your mindset. Think of Sarah, who worked 10 years in a corporate office, sacrificing weekends and holidays, climbing the ladder of a company that never gave her peace. One day, she realized she was trading her youth for a paycheck. She started a small e-commerce business on evenings and weekends. It wasn't glamorous, but she stayed consistent. 2 years later, her side hustle replaced her income, and she walked away from her job. Today, she travels the world, running her business from her laptop. Or John, a graphic designer who felt stuck in endless revisions for clients he didn't care about. Instead of complaining, he started freelancing online in his spare time. Within a year, his freelance work doubled his salary, and he finally had the freedom to choose projects he loved. And then there's Michael, a mechanic who loved teaching. He began recording YouTube tutorials about fixing cars. Slowly, his channel grew. Before long, he was earning more from ads and sponsorships than his workshop ever gave him. These are not billionaires or celebrities. They are ordinary people who made extraordinary decisions. Escaping the grind doesn't mean quitting recklessly. It means designing a bridge, a smart pathway from dependency to independence. It begins with clarity. You must know what freedom looks like for you, because freedom has many faces. For some, it's financial independence. For others, it's the ability to travel while working remotely. For many, it's simply reclaiming time to be with family or to create meaningful work. If you don't define it, the world will define it for you. So sit down and write it clearly. What does freedom mean to you? The next step is building skills. In this digital age, skills are the currency of freedom. Copywriting, design, coding, coaching, content creation, marketing, these are doors to opportunity. Instead of scrolling aimlessly on your phone every evening, dedicate 1 hour to learning something that can earn you income beyond your job. Think of it as planting seeds. Every skill you master is a seed that, in time, can grow into a tree of freedom. But learning is not enough. You must start. Start small, grow steady, and test your ideas in the real world. Whether it's freelancing, launching an online business, consulting, or content creation, use your evenings and weekends to build. Don't despise small beginnings. Every empire began as a seed. Every giant started as a whisper. The important thing is not the size of your start, but the consistency of your progress. And here is where many fail. Discipline. Everyone says they want freedom, but few are willing to pay the price. They come home from work tired, and instead of investing an hour into their dreams, they waste 3 on entertainment. Escaping the grind requires shifting from consumer to creator. Instead of consuming other people's content, create your own. Instead of spending money mindlessly, invest in assets that can bring you returns. Instead of waiting for opportunities, build them. Every time you create, you lay one more brick on the bridge to your freedom. Of course, fear will show up. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of losing stability. But you must understand something. Fear is the oldest guard at the gates of freedom. It will always try to stop you. Yet freedom is never given to those who wait for courage to arrive. It is claimed by those who act in spite of fear. And remember this, the grind is not as safe as it looks. Jobs can vanish overnight. What you think is secure can disappear tomorrow. The real security is not in a paycheck. It is in your ability to create opportunities for yourself. The path out of the 9-to-5 is not quick. It is not easy. It requires patience, sacrifice, and resilience. But if you stay consistent, it becomes inevitable. And when it does, life takes on a different meaning. Imagine waking up and knowing you control your time. Imagine working on projects you love, with people you choose on your own terms. Imagine having the freedom to travel, to rest, to create, without asking for permission. That is not fantasy. It is possible. And it begins with the decision to start building your bridge today. So if you are tired of the cycle, tired of living for the weekends, tired of building dreams for others while yours remain buried, let today be your turning point. Do not wait for perfect timing, because it will never come. Start where you are, with what you have, and build steadily. The path to freedom is not easy, but it is worth every step, because at the end of that path is not just money. It is control over your time, your choices, and your destiny. And as you take that journey, never forget this truth. Freedom is not found in escaping work. It is found in creating a life you don't need to escape from.